Welcome back to Lifestyle. You know, it's not too early to start decorating for the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we're going to show you some ideas for wild crafting. Timeless Interiors is here with us, and she lives up to her name, not only in interior design, but also decorating for the holidays and using elements from your own backyard. You know what? This dates back centuries to be, wild crafting, and we're going to talk more about that with my good friend Jennifer Markanich, interior designer. So glad you're back.
Thanks, Denise. It's great to be back.
Well, you always have the best ideas. Your business, now I have to brag on you a little bit. You're an award-winning interior designer. You won the Best of Best with Wolf. You've been published in magazines, and you're also going to be published in a magazine in the spring. Tell me about your business.
Well, my business, Timeless Interiors, as you mentioned, I do full-service interior design from new construction, renovation, redecorating, whatever we need to do.
Yeah, and you can start from plans to completion.
Plans to completion, absolutely, to art and decorating.
And the one thing that I love about what you do is the space planning and the drawings. You love that. You and I have talked about this, where, I mean, you pull out some of these drawings and they're so detailed. Really, your client does not know, they know exactly what they're going to get the moment that you step out to do the design, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's all about getting function down, all the structural elements in place before we even pick a wall color. All of those things happen, and then it all falls from there. So at the end of the project, it's exactly as we planned it.
And this house that you worked on now was a show house. Now you designed this entire house.
Right. These are clients of mine that go way back. We actually remodeled. Their house was built 20 years ago, but we remodeled the kitchen 4 years ago. And then after that, we've updated the living spaces, the dining room, and whatnot, and just kind of updating the space. And so they were asked by the Literacy Council of Williamson County last year if they would open their home to their homes tour. And so then my clients asked me if I would decorate their house for Christmas for the tour, which of course I did.
And you will do that for your clients, but you're not available. You're giving us great ideas today, but you're not wanting people to call and ask
that is
you
not typically, I don't typically decorate people's homes for the holidays, but I'm more than happy to share some tips today.
Well,
so
I'm really glad. Yeah, I want to see this, and we should mention that when we see the kitchen in this home, this is the kitchen.
Yeah, this is my award-winning kitchen. It's a wonderful space that was totally redesigned, and they love it, and I'm very proud of it.
Well, let's take a look at this beautiful home.
Absolutely. This is the front of the house, and what we did here, just very simply use boxwood wreaths and ribbon. And so I think the next shot you're going to see the front door, and here this is just 2 layers of ribbon, some fishing wire, boxwood wreaths, and nailed on the top, and just beautiful, beautiful, simple design.
I think to repeat that look, it's very simple, but yet it's very elegant.
Exactly. This is the foyer. We did some swags of natural roping, and then just magnolia leaves and tied bows, and added some berries, and really pretty.
Well, and one of the things that we want to point out too is that's what we're calling wild crafting. That's when you go into your backyard, whatever is growing at the time. Can you realize how much time you can save by not running around all of these stores? You can literally go in your backyard.
Exactly. Start in your backyard. If you have a magnolia tree, you are a lucky person.
Yes.
Because I love to use magnolia. Whether it's just cleanly cut or sprayed with gold or silver paint for more contemporary look. Beautiful.
Do you find that holds up the best along with the evergreens?
I do. Magnolia dries lovely. It's just fine. And also boxwood is great, holly is great, nandina is great, pine cones. So look around your yard and see what you have, and then from there go to the grocery store and buy some pomegranates and lemons and limes and cranberries, and just to do that. Or you can go to the nursery and buy evergreens. You can buy boxwood wreaths already made. You can buy white pine and fir roping. If you get a natural Christmas tree, often the places will let you just take clippings that they cut off the bottom. I always take clippings, and just kind of you sit those around and add to it. It can be lovely.
Well, and when you do it fresh like that, I mean, one of the things that you say is don't decorate the same every year.
Absolutely.
So it's sort of like art. You want to move things around and take on new looks. And do you change yours out every year?
Well, every year. I have a stash of ribbons and sprigs of things and berries and whatnot. And so each year I kind of pull it all out and I just see what I'm inspired to do based on the entertaining I'm doing that year.
Right.
And I just think, well, what do I want to do? And so, you know, change it up. And when you're using fresh elements, it's like, well, what am I going to use this year? Am I using boxwood? Am I going to use holly? Am I using fir?
Well, and that's to me, that's a time-saving element too, because you can go. One of the things I have is lamb's ear in my backyard, and you know, I love the texture of it. So you're kind of thinking of the textures that you're getting, and then you're also getting the smell of that cedar. You can also use cinnamon sticks is something I use a lot every year. Well, we've got a few more pictures of the house as well, and some of these ideas you can also use if you're decorating for fall as well, for Thanksgiving table. Tell me what you've done here.
Well, here in the dining room, very simply, we just have a white tablecloth with their Christmas china, and then just multiple candlesticks with white candles tied with a simple little red ribbon and sprigs of evergreen. And the same on the crystal light fixture, just sprigs of evergreen tied with thin ribbon. On the server is just some magnolia and ribbons and some beads. Very simple.
Magnolia is great because you get that green, but you also get that velvety brown. It really looks like a brown velvet.
And here you kind of get a side shot of the mantle. Again, evergreen, magnolia, just threw some lemons in there, put some twinkle lights in there, white lights, and then added just kind of some sprigs of some things that we bought.
Now, are you a big fan of the new LED lights that have come out, or are you more like the old school where you like the more of the golden,
the white soft twinkle light?
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of the LED.
I know. I'm kind of old school with that too. The LEDs.
Oh, this is
the
great.
mantle.
Yeah, this is great. What we did here, just paper whites, and these are Nandina berries and evergreens from the yard, and just kind of decorated that for a really pretty tabletop on the.
Let's see that. Oh, and this is really pretty too.
This is really easy
and edible.
Well, we take a plastic container and hot glue the candy canes around, wrap it with a ribbon, and then fill it with water and put your roses in there and evergreens. Beautiful little centerpiece.
Well, now, did you take all the wrappers off of all of this, and then so you could hot glue those after you? So you hot glued them on there afterwards, and I like that you put a piece of glass on the bottom because I'm sure that the you know, the candy could stick to that nice wood top.
So you want it to protect it.
To protect
that.
So those are some great looks. And I believe we've also got, if you want to put some candles, you've got a great idea for cranberries. Now, I think this would look good for the fall.
Yes, this you could do with anything. Do we have that picture?
We do. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
this is your pomegranates.
These are the this is pomegranates, and again, just evergreens and magnolia and berries. And here the light fixture, just simple ribbon tied, tying sprigs of holly. Lovely. Oh, this is great. Let's talk about this for a minute. This is just taking things you like and using them in different ways. These are ornaments, tree ornaments that we put on the lampshade and then tied one around the base of the lamp.
Oh, I actually thought that was stenciled on the shade, on the, okay.
They're ornaments. And here we go. Here are the cranberries. Very fun thing to do for kids, especially. Mason jar filled with water, put the evergreens in, pour in some cranberries and float a votive.
That is very simple but elegant. I mean, you could do this for the Thanksgiving holiday. Put that across your table.
You could lovely down the center of a table. And this is kind of a look at the Christmas tree and this table, just kind of decorated with some things that they have that they like that we just kind of enhanced for the holiday.
Now, do you think that they will do all of that again this year?
It was a lot of work.
Well,
you know, I think parts of it, absolutely, they loved it and said, you know, we'll take pictures and we'll recreate that again.
Yeah, well, that's what's so great about being able, and it does change it out every year because it depends on what's blooming, what you have in your backyard,
what you find,
and what you pull out. But it's not too early to go ahead and go out right now in all the stores. The ribbon selection. If you really want a good ribbon selection, maybe you're doing turquoise and pink, or maybe you're doing a traditional red. But right now is the time, because if you wait really until after Thanksgiving, there's not much of a selection.
Yeah, and I say go out and find things that you like, and just get a collection. If it appeals to you, just grab it, and then you'll use it in some way.
Well, I like, you were showing me earlier some just different ideas that you could dress up. Sometimes people maybe don't put up a Christmas tree, or they, you know, want to just decorate a few of their items, and you say take your ordinary items like a candlestick, and you're going to show us a few different ideas.
Absolutely simple, very simple things. Things like ornaments. To me, ornaments aren't just for Christmas trees. And you can hang ornaments on lamps, you can hang them on light fixtures, you can just simply drop them on a candlestick and take a piece of, I clipped this piece of boxwood off my tree before I came, and just simple, very simple. So easy to do. If you can tie a bow, you can decorate like a pro, is what I say.
And you know what? There's so many great ideas, and we're actually going to have, I guess you could call it a bow off. We're gonna actually create our own bows. You've got a bow maker, and I'm going to do it by hand. I have probably 18,000 hours in bow making from many, many years ago when I worked at Michael's. And I would make bows, and literally my hands from the red velvet would just turn completely red. Now this is really cute because this gives you another whole look. Let me turn it there toward, so easily just the ordinary, and these are just accessories that you would normally have in your home, like the lamp that you showed us earlier. You just put the ornaments hanging off, and I actually thought that that was part of the lampshade.
No,
that's a great idea.
It's great. You know, I picked this up off the chest in my foyer, and so each year I do something different. So this is another quick little thing. But you know, each year you, depending on what you're doing, you may feel different about it, but again, it's just doing something very quick and simple.
I like that beaded ribbon too.
Yeah,
I like that beaded ribbon.
You and I both know that ribbons need to have a little wire or a little something.
Well, the wire edge ribbon is so much easier because it holds its shape so much better. And it will stay in place, and you can manipulate it a little bit more. Ooh, I love the glitter. The glitter's sort of going everywhere here, and I love that.
Yeah, the other thing about this one, since it's just kind of this little meshy one, this doesn't necessarily just say Christmas. This can also kind of say Thanksgiving.
Oh, you could
holiday.
do this for Thanksgiving for sure. Now, I like what you're adding there. These are just some beaded grapes. Oops. And then
pop it in there.
Put that right in the back. Actually, we can just put that in there. Oh, that looks nice. Look how pretty that would be
for Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving table.
Thanksgiving,
have a couple of those, and
New
you can,
Year's. Absolutely. And then, of course, you know, like you said, we can talk about making bows, big bows.
Oh, yeah. Now, one of the things that I like to do is make bows for all of the different holidays, and I actually have some Thanksgiving. I have some, we're going to make bows at the same time. Now, you've got a bow that you've already made.
This is a bow that I made. Oh, I've used this bow for many years in different ways, and this is just another bow.
Now, Jennifer, how do you store your bows? Because I know that you don't want to smash them in the bottom of a, you know.
No, I try to store them loosely, but knowing that they're going to need to be fluffed. And this is, you know, things like this. Love to find right now. Little jewels that you can just embellish with, just a little pop on there. Makes it so pretty. So just different effects for whatever you're feeling like doing that year. And
the colors can change too.
Absolutely.
That's what's the exciting part about when you do the bow making. Now, you've got a bow maker, and then I'm going to just demonstrate. We're going to have a little bow off right here. Let me see. You're going to need some bolts of ribbon, and preferably with the wire. I like the wire edge, and so does Jennifer. She's got some too.
I've got another little scrap of that little beaded, and I'm going to use that to be what
so now let me see
bow.
That bow maker before we start. Just let's tilt that toward the camera.
Simple
there.
bow maker. You can buy these at any of the craft
hobby stores.
Exactly. Very simple. You can stick your spool on here if you're working from a spool, or you can cut a strip of ribbon. And they usually come with instruction books on how to make all different types of bows. But I'm just going to do something real quick and easy.
Okay, I'm going to do something quick too. So we're just going to
make a bow.
We're going to have fun and make our bows. Mine's going to be for the fall. Mine's a cheetah. Mine's kind of like a copper cheetah. And I always turn mine by hand, and you're turning yours in your bow maker.
Correct.
And then once I get to this point, oh, you're making some headway too. Once we get to this point, I can fluff, and then you're going to add your wire. So when I add my wire, I'm going to run that to the back, and then I'm going to twist right onto the back, and then now you're ready to fluff the bow. You want to pull on all of your petals and just create a nice, now this one would be great for the fall.
Absolutely.
Now, so yours
what mine does,
down.
yeah, I just kind of loop it and you twist for each side. And this is, probably about 2.5 yards of ribbon. Nothing real fancy. This is very quick and loose, and I kind of like my things a little loose and not too perfect.
Well, Jennifer, are you getting loose on us?
Getting loose on you, Denise.
Okay, so now you've made it with your bow maker. Now you're tying the ribbon. You're doing a contrasting ribbon over the top, which is great. Now you're going to start fluffing it.
Fluff.
Fluffing is all the rage. That's what you got to do. It's all about that fluff.
So here's our little bow.
I love it. Well, you know what, Jennifer? You have given us some great ideas to stay timeless with our decor, and also when we're designing our homes, also think about what we could gather from the yard.
Absolutely.
To bring in, do a little wild crafting, and to be sure to change it up every year.
Absolutely.
You've given us some great ideas. Well, you know, this time of year, I don't know if you always treat yourself, but I love to treat myself with the flowers. We keep fresh flowers in our house all the time, and these are from Ilex for Flowers. You know, give them a call at 736-5200, and they can deliver something for you. It's not too early to go ahead and schedule them for the Thanksgiving holiday. Well, coming up, if you have architectural pieces and you don't know how to display them in your home, we've got some great ideas, so don't go away. Actually, come back with us right after this.